This is a topic that comes up frequently in my work with teenagers, comes up with my work with adults as well, and it actually came up in my Stuck Knot Collective recently. And that is friendships and relationships, healthy boundaries, and what are your obligations, your responsibilities, how much of yourself do you want to give? And I want to help you get some clarity on that and put your energy where it needs to be. My name is Justin Sinceri. I'm a therapist, coach, and the creator of the Polyvagal Trauma Relief System. Welcome to Stuck Not Broken, where I teach you how to live with more calm, confidence, and connection without the psychobabble. This is not therapy, nor is it intended to be a replacement for therapy. So this comes up a lot, and that is basically just people in our life. And it doesn't have to be just friends. It could be family as well. It could be relatives. Pretty much anyone in your life, we can bring this new lens to them. And that is the people that you're calling friends, maybe they are friends, but are they really? Hold on a second. The idea here is there might be people in your life that you're calling friends that are draining for you, or they're not adding value to your life. I'm not talking about financial value, but maybe they're energy suckers or energy vampires. Gosh, I'm gonna do this unedited here. There might be people in your life that are draining. There might be people in your life that are fulfilling and that you feel safe and connected around. There might be people in your life that are energizing, right? So to call all these people friends, I mean, it's fine, but there could be different levels of friendship. And that's kind of what I want to get to here is how do we conceptualize our friends or the people in our life? And this might sound really distasteful. So I'm going to put this out there and let me know how you feel about it. You can email me if you want, justinlmft@gmail.com. But basically, how do we rank the people in our lives? No, that sounds horrible. But how do we put it this way? How do we rank how much energy we give to people in our life? How about that? Is that better? Or how do we categorize the relationships that we have and where the people in our life fit into these relationships? So the way I typically break things down is we have friends, or actually we have best friends maybe, the people that are closest to us. And I think even as adults, we can have best friends. So the people that are closest to us, and that's like maybe one or two people. That might be your spouse. And if it is, good for you. There you go. So the people that are closest to us, that are our best friends, and then after that would be the people that are friends that are close, but not that like core, of the person, the people that are like, they help fulfill you as an individual, like your spouse or your best friend. So the next level might be friends. We spend time together. We share some level of emotional connection, pretty good amount probably. And you can't imagine your life without them. But these might also be people that as you get older, you kind of drift away from. But they are your friends still in the present moment. And then maybe there's a level below that of acquaintances. And these are people that you chit chat with at work, maybe hang out for lunch, maybe share some personal stuff. But for the most part, it's professional or it's friendly, but you can live without them. You'll be okay without them. So these are people that are maybe temporary, just based on the context of your life. These aren't people you're going to put energy into seeing outside of work or outside of school, maybe. You just say hi and chit chat. And then beneath that would be just neutral, just people you pass by. They don't add value to your life. They don't take away anything from your life. They don't give energy. They don't take energy. They're just there, passersby on the street. And then below that would be people that are actually might be harmful or toxic to you. And I know nowadays everybody's narcissistic. I know, I get it. So maybe we'll put them here. But these are people in your life that are, they are an active hindrance to your life, to how you feel about yourself. Now this is where we got to be careful, because the people that are maybe the best for us are also challenging. They're loving, but they're challenging. So you'll have to just discern, is this my spouse who loves the heck out of me and they're challenging me? Or is this someone who's a life suck and they are draining me for their own fulfillment maybe? regardless of the motivation of that person, check in with how you feel around them, and be honest with yourself. You could also be honest with yourself and say that you have friends that you love the heck out of and they're good for you and you're good for them. But you kind of just don't want to hang out with them today because you just can't. You're done. You're just done for the day. You're checked out. Maybe the morning was too much. That doesn't mean they're, passersby in your life. That just means that you don't have anything left to give, but they're still your friends. That's different than someone who you dread being around and maybe drains you of your energy. One of my clients, he was a high schooler. He called it his 6 rings of friendship. And I think he had I'm not sure how many I gave you. I might have given you 5, but he had 6. And he called them the 6 rings of friendship. I think it has something to do with Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power, maybe. Something like that. It was a nerdier reference that I can get into. So, yeah, he had his 6 rings of friendship, and that clicked for him. And that conceptualizing things in this way really helped him to decide where do I want to put my energy? And are there people on a certain ring that I want to bump up? Maybe there's people on the friendship ring that I want to make into a best friend, or I want to invest more myself in this relationship because I feel the other person's inviting it or they're giving it to me and I want to match them where they're at. Or, put yourself out there, and if they reject it, then now you know. So it might be possible to look at people that are really good for you that maybe you've been keeping at the acquaintance level and give them a little bit more of your energy, But obviously it has to be reciprocated. So you'll have to try things out and see where it goes. But the immediate thing you can do is maybe just you put less energy and less time into the people that are lower down on your connections list, your rings of friendship. Maybe that's where you start putting less time into. There might be some people, especially in that toxic, all those, narcissists in your life. There might be people in your life that you do have to cut out. And that's what's best for you. And you just have to be honest with yourself about that. So if you can categorize, I know it sounds horrible, I know it, but if you can categorize people, or if you can make your rings of friendship or your whatever you want to call it, make it so it's palatable for you. I don't know how else to put it without it being objectifying, but this is just the reality of it. I think when it comes to this stuff, you have to be kind of starkly honest. And whenever I do this with people, it seems to help them out a lot. Anyhow. So yeah, as you go through this, you might, if you want to set up your rings of friendship, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, you might notice that, I'm really putting a lot of energy in ring 3, and I really should be putting it more in ring 1. Oh, and by the way, ring 1 of that might be yourself. You might be at the core of that. The people in the Stuck Knot Collective would probably be, let's see, that would be more of a almost support group. Almost. It's not quite a support group, but they are supportive people. But so far, it's really cool because no one's like an energy suck in there. Everyone's really cool to each other. There's been lots of supportive comments, sharing of information. So I'm curious how they would categorize this, the Stuck Knot Collective so far. But to me, it seems like more than acquaintances, but maybe not quite friends. Just in general, I'm talking about in general. Anyhow, so I would love to see you in the Stuck Knot Collective. You get all my trauma recovery courses there, the Polyvagal 101, building safety anchors, unstuck in defensive states. So it's all the trauma recovery information I think is needed, and my wonderful community on top of that, plus time with me twice a month in Q&As, plus I'm accessible to you every day in the community discussion, board or forum, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. I think that there's a lot of clutter out there, and it's like, if you like this stuff, I think you'll love the collective. Basically, the information I have here is the what, in the collective, it's the how, in my courses. Anyway, hope to see you there, fellow Stucknut. I do hope that this little mini episode here has been helpful for you. Bye.
This podcast is not therapy, not intended to be therapy or be a replacement for therapy. Nothing in this creates or indicates a therapeutic relationship. Please consult with your therapist or seek for one in your area if you are experiencing mental health symptoms. Nothing in this podcast should be construed to be specific life advice. It is for educational and entertainment purposes only. More resources are available in the description of this episode and in the footer of justinlmft.com.